Hello, my name is Dr. Latanya Powers, and you are watching the H2O Show. Listen, you know every day we got to begin with our daily affirmations. Number one, because God created me, I am worthy of an abundant life. Number two, because I am a wonderful created light of God's glory, I am thankful for the life he has given me. Number three, because God is good, today is mine for the taking, and I am a conqueror. Number four, I forgive others while forgiving myself. I'm not holding on to anything that's going to hinder my blessing. And you already know it's my personal favorite. I choose to be full of peace. I choose to be full of hope. I choose to be full of happiness because it's my choice. Listen, stay tuned. We got a phenomenal show coming up for you.
You ever wonder what our roles are as Christians in this society, in this world? What are we supposed to do? How do we act? How do we carry ourselves? How do we respond? How do we react? How do we treat others? I've wondered. I'm sure you have too. Join us as we learn the Jesus culture at Pulse 24 every Sunday at noon.
Hi, welcome back. This is Dr. Latanya Powers, and I'm sitting here with my baby sister, Dr. Sequita Sutton. Welcome to the H2O Show. Listen, we left off last week talking about what we were going to talk about this week, which was Tarzan and Jane. Yes. Listen, she wrote a phenomenal book, and the book is entitled Prescriptions for Women. We are spending a lot of time on women in this season because I believe it's your time to come up. You wrote a part in the book where you talk about change your clothes.
Yes.
Now listen, I know you weren't talking about fashion because as you can tell, we love to dress. We love shoes. We love clothes. But I believe you had a different meaning with this. Tell me what you were portraying when you said change your clothes.
Well, change your garmentry. Change, not your, like you said, your natural, but just your persona, your personality.
Mm-hmm.
In the fact of quit doing it from a place of pain. Quit wearing.
Oh, wow.
Quit wear, you know how
wow.
the mantra, I wear my heart on my sleeve. You can't wear everything on your sleeve. You can't show everything that you went through in your entire life when somebody first meets you. We don't need to see all of that.
Oh,
so you're gonna need to change your clothes. I don't need to see your nakedness until I've earned the right to see it.
Wait a minute. She said, I don't need to see your nakedness until I've what? Earned the right
to see.
Why are we giving it away for free?
Why are we doing that? And so you gotta. We also give away too much information.
Yes.
Free. And so you have to change your clothes. And a lot of times that also means our natural garment, because I see women. One of the things I can tell when women come into my office, I can tell when they're depressed by the way they're dressed. I can tell when you're trying to hide by the way you're dressed. I can tell. I can tell when you need too much attention, when you're seeking attention by the way you're dressed. So normally when you come in, your clothes are too revealing, too tight, you know that's not your size. Not only are you telling me that you need attention, you're telling your potential mate that this person is going to be requiring too much attention. Right. Now he has to decide, and we need to understand men make business decisions when they date. He has to decide, do I have the time to give her all that kind of attention? Because if she's showing me all of that now, if she needs that now, then I don't have that kind of time. So he may look over you. He may play with you, but he will look over you for later.
Yeah.
And then if you're continually hiding who you are, that means that you're going to look to him to do all of the work because you're staying hidden. So we don't even know who you are. So he's not going to get to know the real you. So you wear clothes that's too baggy, that don't fit you, and you're trying to hide because you're not comfortable with your weight. You're not comfortable with with this. So you're trying to do all these things to cover up who you really are, and you're lying.
Wow.
And whenever you're living life as a lie, we cannot get to the authentic you. So get in the mirror, look at your size, be okay with it, wear the clothes that fit your size, and just go ahead and reframe, like I said, whatever you need to do with what you want to fix, but wear your clothes, and then take that same thing and do it in life. If I'm fit for here, if I'm cut from this cloth, if this is what fits me, then I'm going to wear that. I'm not going to try to, if I'm not a prophet, I'm not wearing a prophet's garment.
Listen.
If I'm not an evangelist, I'm not over here trying to evangelize. If I'm not an apostle, I'm not wearing a title just because I'm trying to fit.
That's what's wrong with it right now. We are trying to be who we're not called to be because our sister friend, this is her, so we're trying to be who she is. And I love it. I love it when you said, listen, wear what fits you.
Yes.
Because most of the time when you look in the mirror, you already know.
Yes.
I don't care how depressed you are,
Yes.
how whatever you feel, you already know what you look like. But it's something when we overlook what we look like just to portray something to the world.
Right.
Why is it that we can see the wrong but we'll still live it?
Because when we're taught to live a lie. And it feels better. But studies show that if I keep on pretending, I'll never actually do what I'm pretending.
Did you
Psychologically, if I keep on pretending that I'm it, if I keep on pretending that I have it, I'll never actually do it.
Wow.
Because the lie will feed me, and it will continue to sabotage me instead of me going forward. So you're gonna have to get in the mirror and be honest with yourself. You know, in the book of Ruth, when Ruth got ready to go in and see Boaz, Naomi did give her this instruction. She said, wash your face and change your clothes.
Wow.
Because you have to wash this stuff off of you. You cannot continue to go into business meetings, dating seminars, or whatever it is you're trying to do in life with your past on your face, with people on your face, with your influences on your face. You got to change your clothes. If you want to see a different culture, be exposed to something different, you cannot wear hood clothes. You cannot say I'm wearing the clothes from this culture and say I want to go over here. Now, I'm not telling you to not be authentically you, but you can be authentically you and dress like an understanding of, but this is who I am. I can wear a hood and be valued and be valuable with it. I can be cute with it, is what I'm saying. I don't have to not be me in order to do it. So don't be trashy. When I say change your clothes, you have to understand that as women, we are classy women and we have a power. So dress according to the power.
Wait, did you get that? She said, dress according to the power. You know, we get to the place where we are trying to be or portray something that we are not.
Right.
And when you said dress according to the power, even if you are not there yet, what I learned early on is if I dress that way, it made me feel that way. So a lot of times the way you are dressing is the way you are feeling. And we put our feelings, as women, we wear our feelings, we wear them.
Yes.
You know, if we want a man, we go to, they go to the club and they dress for it. You know, you automatically know when you get ready to look for something, you heist that skirt up.
Yes.
You know, leaving nothing to attention. Well, listen, in this book, you talk about Tarzan and Jane. I want you to tell me why you are talking about Tarzan and Jane. But wait a minute, we are going to have a word from our sponsors, and we are coming back with Tarzan and Jane.
Well, greetings to all my family and friends. This is the senior pastor of This Rock International Ministries, Nathaniel Leon. I'm so excited to come to you and be a part of the H2O Show with our friend and mighty woman of God, Dr. LaTanya Powers. You've been a recipient for the last few moments of a life-giving substance that has been going through the airwaves. The H2O Show is named after the chemical compound of water. It is 2 parts hydrogen and 1 part oxygen. These are gases or vapors. In other words, they are spirits that come together to produce a life-giving substance in the receiver of that water. I want to encourage you, what you're hearing is a combination of words, topics, songs that have been prayed over. And as you receive them, the rivers of living water are beginning to stir in your mind, in your thoughts, and in your spirit. God is healing you, touching you, restoring you at the point of your need. Our God is a miracle worker, and he's been ordained to touch you and to meet with you today while you're watching the show. I also want to encourage you to follow us at thisrockinternational.org or to to also join us on Facebook at This Rock International Ministries. God is doing supernatural things here in the Southern California region, in the city of Riverside, California. We are a prophetic and apostolic house where the glory of God is multiplying week by week and the grace of God is abounding as never before. We are riding a momentum of God's favor and grace, and we are seeing supernatural things as never before in the house of God. Come and be our guest and watch us online and be a part of our worship experience where we're seeing the favor of God heal, deliver, and touch. Our vision and our goal is to see Christ in us formed, the hope of glory. Come and be our guest, and you won't be sad you did. We're praying for you, and we're looking forward to seeing you then. God bless you, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
God bless you, everyone. Remember to watch my girl, Dr. LaTanya Powers, and the H2O Show. Thirsty, anyone? God bless you.
Welcome back. My name is Dr. LaTanya Powers. I'm sitting here with my amazing sister, Dr. Sequita Sutton, and we are here with H2O. Listen, when I told you that we are going to come back and talk about Tarzan and Jane, she wrote a piece in the book, and I know I want to dive into it. She says, if you are looking for a Tarzan, then you're going to have to dress and act like Jane.
Right.
All right. I want you to talk about that because we have this persona of what we want, but we don't want to do the work to get it.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Well, I kind of wrote that for a lot of times when women in the church, they come and say, you know, I prayed for this and I expect this, and then I didn't get what I wanted. and I think to myself, why did you think you would? When I, you know, not in a judgmental way, but
Right.
when you see the list of what they say they want,
Yeah.
then that means that if you want a person that's fit and in shape, if you want a person that's a businessman, if you want a
Wow.
person that's,
Wow.
wearing 3-piece suits, that's making, 6 figures, that person has a standard because they didn't get there in their life by not having a standard.
Right.
They also have discipline.
Right.
So if you want that, and then you come as a woman with no discipline,
Right.
you don't care about your health,
Right.
then where are y'all gonna meet at?
Right.
Because y'all are not running in the same circle.
Oh my goodness.
So if you want Tarzan, you got to look like Jane, and not just in a shallow version of looking like, but I'm talking about there's a persona that came with Jane, even though they were from different worlds.
Yes.
Because Tarzan was in the jungle,
Yes.
Jane grew up in actually city life, but she was able to adjust to his jungle.
Oh. Wait a minute. Did y'all hear that? I'm going to tell you the prophetic piece. Did y'all hear how Jane was able to adjust to his jungle?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand how busy a jungle is? How secluded it is? How much is around there? She was able to conform to what he needed her to be.
Right. And not lose her.
And not
Lose herself, because she still could go and flow in the city when she needed to. But she got to experience life with him in ways and adventures. That's one of the things I love about my husband. I'm a church girl.
Mm.
You know, he was a street guy. And so I knew church, he knew street. And I remember God telling me, quit trying to make him church.
Right.
You need a little street in your life so you can learn something different. And Jane got to go on adventures. She got to swing through trees. She got to she got to do stuff that she wouldn't have done in her culture alone.
Wow.
So when you're talking about, I want a man who made 6 figures, that man usually is going to have causes that he is a part of, boards that he sit on. Can you go to the meeting? Can you represent him? Do you have a wardrobe that says he can take you to an award show? He can take you to where he's going, to the people that he's with that write those kind of checks. Do you have a conversation that says you can sustain that?
Every man right now that's listening, I know you are clapping your hands for Dr. Sutton. Listen, you said something powerful. You said, if you want it, you got to prepare for it. Mm-hmm. A lot of times we just want to be married and we think preparing is going out buying a wedding dress,
Yes.
going out looking at rings, looking at wedding photos. But it is so much greater than the wedding,
Mm-hmm.
the ceremony. Mm-hmm. It is so much more preparation than that. Mm-hmm. Do you think, or why is it as a woman that we do not prepare ourselves, our bodies, our minds, or our spirits for the kind of mate we say we want?
I really don't understand why. Because especially biblical women, because Esther did a whole year, and it was nothing. It wasn't at the altar. It was perfume.
Okay.
It was dress code.
Okay. Okay.
It was spending time in meditation. It was
Okay.
spending time, but the difference is she had a man to teach her how to go in.
Wow.
And this is what a lot of times I think we miss it. We're getting our training for how to please a man from another woman.
Did you get that? Did you get that?
But she was assigned a man to the eunuch that was over her, Hanuman. Well, his name means meditation.
Which is why when we have women's conferences, I don't know why we just call in women.
Right, because
For the point of view that we need from a man.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely, because there's not going to be anybody to tell you about what he thinks like him. Because we look at something and we assume that he's thinking one way, or we assume that he's talking one way, but we don't know his language.
Right.
And so we start, again, our mind starts filling in the blank. And so we have to get an understanding of how they work. And that can only come from him. Because I hear women tell me all the time, well, my husband don't talk here. He won't talk. They won't really open up to, men do open up. In safe places.
In safe places.
And when they think that you're not safe, or when they know that you're going to take what they said and use it against them, they will never open up to you again.
That's right.
So you have to find out that, but another woman can't tell you that. A man will tell you that when you allow him to open up. So the art of being and becoming and working on self, like she did a whole year of just being smelling good. I mean, come on.
Wow.
Of just smelling good.
Wow.
And now that ain't nothing super holy. It's just smelling good.
Listen, how do you smell right now?
Right.
I'm serious, because that's one of the things that really will draw the scent of a woman, will draw a man.
Right.
And that can be both naturally and spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes even in our spiritual lives we stink. Oh my God, our religion. We're so religious. We can't do nothing. He invites us to dinner. We don't want to do nothing. We can't go anywhere. We just stink. Our attitude stinks.
Right.
We're so nasty. When they approach you, you unapproachable.
Mean.
Yes. Why are you so mean?
Right.
Oh my goodness. But you talk about, if you want it, you have to prepare for that. So if you want a 6-figure man, I promise you're going to have some bank account on your own.
I promise you're going to have to, it's not that he doesn't want to take care of you or help you or do a thing, but you're going to have to, he don't want to lose all his money on you either. So you should at least know something about budgeting. You should at least know something about how you handle your finances. You ought to at least be able to say, well, this is what I can bring to the table. So if he's a person that's in shape in the gym, if he's got 6-packs, that tells you he cares about his body.
And he cares about what he looks at.
And yes, and so he's going to care about your body. He's going to care about, he's going to want somebody that he's not going to have to worry about with high blood pressure, hypertension. He's going to want somebody that, okay, listen, I don't mind helping you, because it's not like they won't. I don't mind helping you, but do you even care? Do you have a gym membership? Are you going to use it?
Right.
Do you go?
Right.
What are you going to do with it? So he needs to, know. So those kind of things. And a lot of times we can sit back and say, well, I'm just praying on God to send him to me. But the reality is, how are you going to meet if y'all don't even go in the same circles?
So I want to expel this part about God's going to send them to you. Where's that in the Bible?
It's so many men on the planet. He already sent them.
He already sent them.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many women. It's so many people on the planet. He already sent them. The reason it's hidden is because you're not ready.
Mm-hmm. And you're not attracting it. So you have to begin to ask yourself, why am I not attracting it? Because it's easy to justify it and say, oh, they don't want to save women, or they don't want this, or men just want to play games. It's easy to justify. And we do that in order to save ourselves the pain of really dealing with us. We will start to justify and blame it all on the man, or blame it all on, there's something wrong. There are not enough men. You can't find good men anymore. But that is just not the case. Everywhere I go, I just came back from preaching an all men's conference. Only woman that's allowed to come preach it. So many single, successful, saved men there.
Come on.
So to come up with this myth that they're not available, they're not here, that's wrong. So what is it they're not attracted to you is the question that you got to start asking yourself and be real with. Why am I not attracting that?
Yeah. So I want to ask you a question right here. Is it important to look on the outside just as it is on the inside?
Oh, absolutely. He says, yes. I mean, you got to, every woman is beautiful in some way.
Yeah.
Well, it may not be obvious in every way to everybody, but you have something you can work with.
I have something that I believe I call display your beauty.
Yeah.
I believe you ought to display who you are and your God-given talent for who you are. There are too many of us that are living beneath who God has created us to be. And so this is why I think your book is so important. And then you start literally giving prescriptions. Like you go in the doctor's office. In this book, you give prescriptions. Like one you had on there, like a dose of worship, a daily dose of worship.
Yes.
Tell me about what that means to you. Like, why did you do that?
Because I found that when you set your intentions for the day, you begin to govern how your life is going to go, and you decide. The peace, like I said, generates from within. So I'm not waiting on somebody to give it to me, and so when I meet him or when I am going through life, I already have it. Like one of my daily intentions that I say is, for all of today, I will be honest about my work. I will be honest with myself.
Wow.
And so one of the things that reminds me as I go through the day to be honest.
Yeah.
To just tell the truth, because nothing but truth makes you free.
Wow.
So when I'm going through the day, when I start getting too antsy, or I get anxious, or I'm getting worried or fearful, there's some way where I still haven't told the truth at. So I have to remind myself that I've already set the intention to be honest with myself no matter what. And so it reminds me to go back in and say, okay, here's my worship moment, because when we worship, we have to do it in spirit and in truth. So I begin to settle in my spirit and tell the truth to myself in a place of, I can relax my mind, I can meditate, I can pray, I can do what I need to do, and have those moments for me, which brings balance.
Wow.
Which brings balance for a woman. And that's where, that's how we keep our power. That balance is how we keep our power. But a false balance is an abomination.
Oh my goodness.
So when you have a false balance, you start releasing evil in the earth, is what I say. Because that's an abomination.
Because your energy is off.
Your energy
and
is
I've
off.
been saying this. I said, it is not the world that has opened demonic portals. It is the church, because we are not living what God has called us to live. And we've been letting things in because we won't be who we're called to be in the earth. And because we are not, nobody's speaking to the thing that we were designed to speak to, because we're too busy trying to be something else that we are not. And I absolutely adore the fact that you're here. Listen, again, for me, tell them how they can get your book.
www.sequitasuttonglobal.com.
Listen, I don't know if this has blessed you, but I tell you what, she has blessed me. Listen, there's some women listening. I'm listening. I want you to take this moment to really speak into the lives of women. I just want you to take a few seconds and just say, listen, just talk to that woman that's watching you right now.
I just want to remind every woman out there that, number one, when God created you, he knew exactly what he was doing. And because he created you as a man with the womb, that's what the word woman means. That means that you're designed to not only have strength and power, but on top of that, you're designed to carry. You're designed to give life. You're designed to sustain life. And so there's so much creativity in you. And I want to encourage you to stop waiting on it to come to you. Go out and get it. And as a matter of fact, generate it, turn it on from within you, because it's already there. And then just begin to show the world who you really are. And once you do that, show us your authentic self. Do not ever again rob the world of you, because we need you. And when you show up, that you that's there will bring your income. It will bring that love to you. It will bring everything you need. The thing I love about being married and about my husband is I get to be totally unapologetically me. Weird me, laughable me, playful me, preaching me, anointed me. And let me tell you something, you need to get to a place where you can be you. And if your friends can't allow you to be you, I'm not saying cut them off, but you sure need to learn how to untie from them. If your job won't allow you to be you, then don't get stuck in a job. Then that may mean that you need to start looking for entrepreneurship. If your children won't allow you to be you, then you need to start teaching them how to be independent, because you got a whole lot more living to do without them. And so this is the season for you to fall in love with you again, because if you have a false image of you, you also have a false image of God, because you were made in the image of God, and the images have to match at some point. So I encourage you to allow those images to match up.
Listen, did you get that? Listen, every woman that's watching right there, realize how powerful you are and walk in your power. Listen, my name is Dr. LaTanya Powers. This is my amazing baby sister, Dr. Sequita Sutton, and you have just been watching the H2O Show. Hello there. My name is Dr. Latanya Powers, and I'm sitting here with my sister, Dr. Sequita Sutton. And listen, this is spiritual hydration. I want to share something with you. We just got through talking about the power of a woman, and we talked about whatever you want, you got to look like it. You got to prepare for it. You can't just ask God for something and don't prepare for it. God is the God of preparation, and everything he did, he planned for it, including creation. He planned for it. He planned for you. Everything God did, he did in excellence, and he did well. And so as you are preparing for your life, as you are moving forward, you got to put the work into it. Plan for excellence. Plan with a plan in mind that everything you're going to do is going to work well for you. Listen, let me tell you something. All things work well in the hands of the Lord. And I don't care what it is that's going on in your life. As a woman, I want to tell you that you can have everything that God has designed for you to have. Come on, Dr. Sutton, say something to
You
him.
know, I just want to tell the women out there that in the Bible, there's something called, in the Jewish custom, called the kataba. And the kataba was set up because it was against the law for a woman to be at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And I just want to prophesy this to you right now, that you will no longer be at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because according to the Father, it is against the law for you to be so. So everything in your life that has had you at a disadvantage, had you feeling like you can't do something, we just eliminate that right now through the power and the blood of Jesus, because God has already established rules, regulations, and put framework in place so that you would not be at a disadvantage in life. And so I want you to, right where you are, begin to reach out and touch what should be yours, what's supposed to be yours, because if you can lay hold to it in the spiritual realm, you can bring it and drag it into the earth realm so that it will be yours. You are no longer going to be at a disadvantage in your family, on your job, in your finances, with your housing situation, whatever it is that's going on around you. God will not allow the law to be broken in your life anymore. And I want to let you know that you can recover right here, right now, today.
Hallelujah. Listen, you can lift your hands up right there and get everything you need
Yes.
in this moment right in your house. There's no rule that says you have to be to church to be delivered. Listen, you can be delivered right where you are by the lifting of your hands. This is spiritual hydration. My name is Dr. Latanya Powers. That's my amazing sister, Dr. Sequita Sutton. And listen, I will see you soon. Hi there, my name is Dr. Latanya Powers, and you have been in tune watching the H2O Show. Listen, I hope that this has been a blessing to you, and if it has, if you love seeing us on WATC TV2, listen, consider being one of our sponsors. We would love to see you on to share your story. If you have a book, whatever it is, we would love for you to partner with us. Listen, my website is listed below. Go to my website and listen, become a sponsor today. You don't know whose life you can help change.